Hey guys, Hyde here with another Division build video for you. Today we're going to be focusing on the Hunter's Faith gear set perks and how you can utilize that in the Dark Zone and be a valuable asset to your team. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. As you can see, the primary stats across the board: 320,000 DPS, 471k toughness, and then 117,000 skill power. The basis of this build is utilizing the 4 pieces of the Hunter's Faith. I chose to go with the mask, the knee pads, the gloves, and the holster. Now I'm trying to get Joe Ferraro's mask here on PC. Once I do that, I will get rid of the chest piece that we have here, which is a vigorous chest piece. I will swap that out for Joe's mask. Just because there is a lot of fire going on in the Dark Zone, so having the ability to shoot through that, there's definitely some value in that, especially with the way that this build is set up. So if we look at Hunter's Faith, how it works here is you get optimal range. So this actually might not be a bad set to use an SMG on if you chose to, just because you get a little bit of that extra range, or even a shotgun. You get an extra 10% headshot damage. That's always a positive. It's almost like having a baby brutal always on all of your weapons. And then Hunter's Faith, the 4-piece talent, is hitting an enemy with a bullet grants you and your group temporary protection. So every time you fire a bullet, you apply that armor to yourself and your teammates. The further you shoot, the higher the armor value will be. Now, if you take a bullet, any bullet, you will go ahead and lose that armor. It's to note though, it's only bullets, okay? So, for example, fire, grenades, sticky bombs, those sort of thing will not remove the armor value, so it'll help you absorb some of that damage a bit more. So there's definitely some value in that. What I have found is that a high rate of fire primary is definitely a positive with this build, because you always want to be applying that armor value that you're going to get. So with my LVOAC, I have a whopping 892 RPM when you add the additional value here, which is relatively high. You could use a fast-firing SMG if you wanted to, or even a slower assault rifle or SMG if that was your thing. You can see I have an SMG here that has 825 RPM on it, which is quite fast as well. Just a quick tip: I'd always recommend keeping a third weapon type in your inventory, just in case you run out of ammunition. You can quickly switch to that, and this SMG is gonna be a heck of a lot better than my pistol. But my assault rifle, very standard. I have Unforgiving, Swift, that inflates the DPS a little bit, and Destructive on top of the 23% enemy armor damage. I also run an M44. The reason for this is I can sit back and continue to apply armor right to my team with some good shots with my marksman rifle. This is nothing special for an M44. 108k damage, balanced, deadly, prepared. But with this, with the gear set bonus, you also have the headshot damage, right? So if you can open up a fight with your M44 or your sniper rifle, whatever you choose to have, you can do some quick damage and then allow your team to finish off the rest. So as I said earlier, we're running a vigorous chest piece. I find this to be quite helpful. I already have relatively high skill power thanks to the specialized backpack, and we'll look at that in a second. But with the vigorous chest piece, it basically helps ensure that my heal is going to be quite effective in that respect. As I said, we have a specialized backpack, very decent roll, but standard things on it. We have armor and ammo capacity. The other thing you might want to look at pairing this with in the future is short bow championship pads. These grenades or these knee pads are really good in the Dark Zone because of the short fuse on the grenades, and we all know that grenades is the flavor of the month when it comes to the Dark Zone. So shortbow championship pads, the fuse time on grenades is reduced to 0.2 seconds, so they go really quick. Helps you, basically you don't have to lead people anymore, because they'll basically be in, as long as they're essentially in the center of the circle, they're going to go ahead and be hit with that grenade regardless of the grenade type. Looking at the talents that I have associated with this, I am running the shock turret. I want to be really that added support role. In addition to that, if a target is standing still, it's much easier for me to continuously apply the armor to my entire team. So we are running Adrenaline, Critical Save, Combat Medic, and lastly, because of the shock turret, running Fear Tactics, which applies a shock to all targets within a 10-meter radius. So it has a chance to do that. 30%, relatively high, 1 in 3 chance, right? So overall, I think that this build is quite good. It's not the full-on damage build that you're going to see with Alpha Bridge or even with Predator's Mark. Or Strikers even with the added bonus, but overall this build works quite well in the DZ. Your teammates are going to appreciate that armor, and right now everybody's build is relatively close. There's been enough time in patch 1.5. Having that extra armor for your entire team is going to really be a difference maker. We all know it comes down to just a bullet here or there or a crit here or there, and having that added bonus of that armor across the board is definitely going to help you and your entire team win those player versus player battles. If you guys liked the video, go ahead, like, comment, and share. We'll be having another build here in the next couple days with Strikers. I'm just trying to kind of finalize that one, but overall I'm really happy with where that's going, and the whole point here is that, you know what, all of these builds can be viable in the Dark Zone. You just need to learn how to play to those strengths. So in addition to the Striker build coming up, I will be having a PvP tips and tricks video just to kind of show you a few things in terms of what you can do to separate yourself from the average player that's also in the Dark Zone. So once again, appreciate you guys stopping by. If you liked the video, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that share button, subscribe, whatever you got to do. Appreciate it. You guys have a good rest of your day.